Hello, everybody. Welcome to This Week at Shrouded, episode 34. Glad to be back. I've been away for a couple weeks, so I think we've been hosting non-recorded versions, maybe at least one. I don't know. Did you end up doing that, Rick?
No, I did
Okay,
not.
never mind. We haven't been doing anything. So welcome back to This Week at Shrouded. We've been on a 2-week hiatus, and we decided to get things going again. We have two guests. Well, I guess I should stop calling Mister Wrecked a guest. At this point, he's a co-host, I would have to say. But welcome, Mister Wrecked. Thanks for being with us. And we have a new guest on the show today, pulled right out of our Twitch chat, and or our Discord, I guess. Mister Helsfire.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the stream or the podcast. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you. No problem.
And hopefully we can have some amazing discussions about the game we all love, Destiny 2. Wah, wah, wah. But first, we typically start these things off with maybe some things we've been doing this week outside of Destiny, whether it be playing different games, I don't know, consuming any media that you want to talk about. Really anything at all. So, since we've been gone for a few weeks, Rect, if there's anything you want to bring up that you've been doing for the last few weeks or that you did 2 weeks ago or anything at all, or has it been all amazing ass Destiny?
No, I've been playing a couple of other games. I've been playing one called Witchfire that released a few weeks ago. That's it's a FPS roguelike Souls-like shooter that's pretty fun. It's got weird abilities and gunplay and feels pretty good. If you play it on controller, it's ass on mouse and keyboard. The control scheme is kind of weird for mouse and keyboard, and it's in a open beta kind of thing, or a beta access, same kind of thing like Steam does when they early access games.
So it's called Witchfire?
But it's Witchfire. It's on Epic. It's only on Epic.
Oh. I don't have this shit installed
Currently. So it's pretty fun. And then I picked up 40K Darktide earlier this week, and I play that in short stints because the game is the optimization for PC is garbage, and it has this problem where even high-end rigs, it forces them to run super hot. So every time I play it for like 30 minutes, when I take my headphones off, my computer sounds like a Harrier jump jet taking off.
Sounds like a PS4.
Because the fans just max themselves out.
I mean, it can't be any worse than when New World launched.
I mean, yeah. My computer did not burst into flames or anything, so that's good, And then, of course, Destiny. I finished watching Ahsoka as well on the old Disney Plus. It was pretty good, except for the fight scenes in the last episode were they kind of phoned in the choreography. There was a whole lot of Jedi swinging their lightsabers very slowly in circles. Enough so that it was like, I kind of feel like I'm watching a couple of cosplayers have a predetermined lightsaber battle here, which is kind of a letdown because the rest of the series, the fights were all good. So, weird. But yeah, that's basically it.
It's probably the director. I wonder who directed the last episode.
I don't know, but the choreography could have been a lot better.
Yeah, I also agree on that statement.
I didn't watch it yet, or I don't know if I will. I kind of fell off. I fell off a lot of the Star Wars stuff after Mandalorian season 2. I watched one episode of the Book of Boba Fett. It took me a long time to watch Obi-Wan, even though I ended up really enjoying it. And then I haven't watched Mandalorian season 3.
Did you watch any of Andor?
Oh yeah, I love Andor. Andor was really good.
Yeah, I think Andor is actually the best of the TV series they've put out by a long shot.
It's really.
And I think Ahsoka is actually pretty good. I'm a little concerned though that they're gonna use Ahsoka to set up the story justification for the last trilogy of movies. I have a feeling that they're going to link all of the cloning Palpatine nonsense to the canon through the second season of Ahsoka.
Ugh.
I got a sneaking hunch.
I think they should just make episode 7, 8, and 9 over again. And ignore.
There's some.
Ignore.
They should just different universe.
Just
throw
the
the
novels.
timeline.
The Star Wars novels, the expanded universe stuff, is not canon anymore. It was canon for a while, but when LucasArts was purchased.
Wrecked,
Sorry.
you're muted.
No, I broke something. Say the last sentence again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's still broken. What the hell?
Yep.
Hold on. You're dead. You're dead. See if I can fix it.
There.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Anyway, there's dozens of Star Wars novels, right? That picked up after the first trilogy, and Thrawn comes from one of those series of novels, and he was in his books, even though this show is not really following Thrawn, and Rebels didn't really specifically follow Thrawn's stories from the books, but he was involved in some cloning that involved cloning Luke Skywalker, cloning the Emperor, cloning Anakin, that kind of stuff. So I've got a sneaking hunch that they're going to lean back into that stuff for the show to tie it into the newest trilogy, which is a shame. But
well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense with the whole Snoke thing in the Disney trilogy.
Yeah,
when we found out that he was a clone, so that would make a lot of sense. I don't like where they're going with it though. They seem to have dropped the ball a bit. So
I hate episode 9 so much.
The show has the same kind of gritty feel as Andor does, which is what I like about it. I like the grittier version of Star Wars. Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars film in terms of the style of the film. Like the vibe the film has, I thought was very good. Even if I fucking think the story sucked ass and there were too many characters and too many locations that you could never care about anything. But stylistically, I like grimdark Star Wars. I think it's fun. And so I really liked Andor, and Ahsoka started off that way, which I also enjoyed. I also really enjoyed Rebels, and if you watched the Rebels animated series, this basically picks up where Rebels left off. So, that's good for me too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Rebels. I remember watching it live every week. And I mean, definitely not as good as Clone Wars, but it's up there. I did like how they went with the story and how they ended up tying everything in once again with Ahsoka finally coming back, and Maul as well, and watching just kind of watching the future past the first couple episodes. So what about you, Agreener? Have you been into Star Wars much?
Oh,
I mean, I know you said you hated episode 9, but what's the reason?
The reason? Because everything was so disjointed. If you want a real reason, other than the fact that it's terrible, it's I have a big issue with, I'm sure most people do, the fact that they didn't plan out that trilogy before they just made each movie. And it really shows after The Last Jedi. Like, you watch episode 7, you're like, cool, this is, a modern version of A New Hope. It was fine. It was a good movie. I'm okay with it. Had no problem with it. Well, I mean, it could have been better, but it's a good enough movie. Last Jedi takes a complete left-hand turn. The cinematography in that movie, really good, very incredible. A lot of stuff's good. The Leia scene was terrible. Scratch that out of it. But overall, I think, I could have went with that. I hated how he made, he had planned to make Rey a nothing person. I don't like that she ended up being Palpatine's granddaughter. I would have preferred the nothing, but I wanted something else, I guess. But that's really my only
Yeah.
complaint from that movie. I enjoyed most of it. It was good. But then they got a lot of backlash for 8 because it, I don't know, it wasn't a typical Star Wars movie, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. And then 9, you know, they gave it back to Abrams, which I like. I like Abrams. He does a great job, but he just completely retconned everything from 8, said, no, this is garbage, and then just fucking put out 9, and it was just
Yeah.
retconning
Skywalker,
everything the
and that was
movie
it.
afterwards, and then just like complete, and then bringing back Palpatine somehow. I hated that. Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Yeah, I think I would have rather Rey end up staying a Palpatine over taking the name of Skywalker. I don't think it.
Oh yeah, that end bit, like that was terrible filmmaking as well. But I try not to focus too much on that. A lot of people just, like, hate it because of that, and I'm like, well, no, I hate a lot of things. I hate, you know, the Kylo Ren Rey love story. Like, Kylo Ren was a badass bad guy in Episode 7. He was awesome. I loved him. He was a bit of
he
like
was ruthless.
Yeah, and then 8, he was like, he teamed up with Rey for like half a second just so he could like take over, but he was still. And then all of a sudden he just completely turns around. Fucking, they make out and shit and sucks the life out of him. And garbage nonsense. That's not what happened, but he used magical force powers of healing that we literally learned at the beginning of that movie. I'm sure it's in probably one of the cartoons or some shit that I just didn't know about. But you've never seen in any of the live action stuff, and then all of a sudden she heals this fucking worm baby thing underground, and then he ends up learning, like, just knowing how to use it when it's the right time, and then all of a sudden she can pull fucking ships out of the sky. Like, what a disaster of a movie. Like, oh my god. Anyway. Terrible. This, I promise, everybody watching, this is a Destiny podcast, not a Star Wars podcast. We did get off in a bit
space
of
magic is space magic.
Space magic is space magic.
I agree.
But as for Star Wars overall, I do love Star Wars. Huge fan of Rogue One, so I respect that. Rack, that you said it's one of your favorites. I did like all of Rogue One, though. I love the characters. I love everything about it.
If they made Rogue One a trilogy where you had time to really get to know some of the characters, I would have liked it more. But at the end, when everybody's dying off, I'm like, I'm not connected to any of these guys. I've known them for 5 minutes. They might as well have been Rohan in fucking Lightfall. Here for, like, I've got 3 lines of dialogue and then I'm fucking dead. Who cares?
To be honest, I did care about some of them, though. Like, I ended up caring about... well, actually, there's only one that I didn't give a shit about. The pilot dude that got blown up inside the ship. I didn't give a shit about him. But everyone else, I felt a little bit sad about when they went. And you knew that, like, none of them were going to survive. So it was just the way the movie rolled, right?
Yep.
I am one with the Force. I am with the Force. The Force is with me. Whatever. Shut up and die. Fucking loser.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. He was such a cool character.
Nobody cares.
I cared.
Through the line of fire.
Donnie, I love you, bro. They should just do a whole series about him.
A little character development. That's all I'm asking for. That's it.
Yeah.
I had enough. Anyway, big fan of that stuff. I am a fan of some of the series. I feel like I've been a little bit overwhelmed by it and burned a little bit by episode 9. But some of the stuff has been really good, and I've been really enjoying seeing Hayden Christensen actually get some love from the Star Wars fans at the conventions over the last year. Seen a lot of TikToks about them actually, and you can see that it really means a lot to him. And that's crazy because it's funny because he's getting a lot of love. They're saying he's doing a good job, whatever. Things are good. I enjoyed it in Obi-Wan. I haven't really watched Ahsoka. I guess I've seen...
The voice acting's good, and the CGI that they use to make him is not terrible.
I've seen the clips of some of it, but there's some of the clips when he's like talking to her on the glass bridge thing that I get the feel of old Hayden Christensen from the episode 1 and 2, like the really bad actor vibe. And I'm like, oh no, it's still here. But everyone still thinks it's awesome, so they're doing it good. And it's a lot of fan service for people that watch Clone Wars, because I didn't watch Clone Wars, but like I've seen a lot of reactions on YouTube and stuff about that whole scene where he drops her into the Clone Wars and it's young Ahsoka and it's him and Rex is there and everyone's like, oh my god, oh my god. So I think a lot of the love is because of the nostalgia for the cartoon, but they're pretty happy that it's good. It's good to see that he's not like he didn't decide to come back and then everyone hate on him again, because that would have sucked. I would have felt real bad for him.
You should watch the Clone Wars. It's good.
Yeah, I don't have time.
I know animation shit isn't really your thing, but it's worth. But only if you watch it in the chronological order and not the episode order, because in a couple of seasons they jump around.
Hold on. I recently saw an article on how to watch Star Wars in chronological order, and it's the most convoluted fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Literally, it's like, all right, first watch season 3, episode 14 of Clone Wars, and then watch episode 1, and then watch season 2, episode 12 of Clone Wars, and then season 3, episode 1 of Rebels, and then Star Wars Attack of the Clone. Like, obviously that's not the order it was, but that's what it was like. It's like, watch an episode here, do this, and it wasn't the first episode. It was like in the 4th season, the 5th season. And it's like, watch this movie, watch this, then watch the series, and then watch these 7 episodes, and then watch the first 3 seasons of Clone Wars, except for episode 14. And I was like, no fucking way in hell am I doing that.
Most of the Clone Wars happens between 2
and 3.
Yeah, between 2 and 3. So you can watch most of it there. The Clone Wars itself, though, they started stories that they didn't then finish until well later in the series. But when they pick up those story threads again, they go back in time to whenever the story first started taking place. So it doesn't. Things will have happened that if you go back, if you watch that episode next, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Are they in some kind of weird time rift or something? No, the episode is just not where it's supposed to be, because they published it at a weird ass time. But it's good. That the Star Wars animation, at least Rebels and Clone Wars, and now the Bad Batch, are very good. The other one that's about the post-Republic era, it's straight up fucking Saturday morning garbage. Not worth at all. And the anime stuff they've done, the couple Star Wars visions they've done, they're cool as like one-off like shorts. It's kind of like if you've seen Love, Death, and Robots, they're all just shorts. Yeah. They're all cool as long as you accept that none of that shit is canon.
Oh, okay. Not canon.
Yeah.
Are they doing a High Republic movie at any time? You know?
I don't know.
Because I think there were talks about it.
I'm really curious about where they take that, because obviously I know it's not the same as the Old Republic, but everybody loved that. I read books, obviously books on the Old Republic. Games were great, MMOs great, storylines are always fantastic. So then they were like, okay, that's not technically canon anymore, but let's create something in that era. I think it's like 300 years. Well, it's not canon, so it doesn't matter if it's 300 years later. But anyway, thousands of years before the prequels. And I've got some comics on it, and there's a bunch of novels that they're writing that are canon. So I'm curious if they're going to make a movie and if it's going to be good.
All right.
Well, but I guess we all know what happens. So.
Yeah, there's another Death Star, only it's bigger.
Wouldn't it be smaller? Their technology's not as good.
No. That's not how movies work. Always bigger.
Always bigger.
Well, yeah, now it's not. Now the Death Star is actually a star.
Mm-hmm. In the Old Republic, it was actually incredibly good. I don't know if a lot of people played the games and then read the follow-up novel. I really liked it because if you played the original games, it's really straightforward. You know, you've got the Jedi Order or whatever it is, the Old Republic, well, at the Republic, whatever, just like it is in the prequels. But and there isn't really any Sith. There's a couple of them, but there's a home world of the Sith, and it gets a little confusing. But there's only really 2 of them that exist that we know about. There's probably more. Right. Anyway, you end up being one of them in the original, and you can either stay dark or turn the light side. Anyway, and then you find out in the second one that the character that you were has gone off into an unknown region of space to look for a large threat. If you read the book titled Revan, you go to this unexplored region of space to find out that there's a full-on Sith Lord building like a dark empire that's out of the reaches of anything in the Republic, and nobody even knows that it exists. And it's like a full-on empire the size of the Republic. It's not in the same region of space. And then somewhere between that book and the MMO, the Old Republic, there's a full all-out war between the Emperor and the Republic. And that's where the game picks up, the MMO, where there's hundreds of Sith, thousands of Sith, thousands of Jedis all fighting one another. It's really cool. So I know that Old Republic isn't canon anymore, but you guys should do that storyline because I think it would be awesome.
I mean,
make it your own.
I agree. I played the games and I really enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, they were good. They were great, and then I loved the concept of the story because, both games led into the book. Like I said, you disappeared at the end of the last one to go find this thing, and then you find out as a different character in Knights of the Old Republic 2, and your character is canon. Her name is Mitra. It's not in the game. You can choose either or, but anyway, she's a female Jedi named Mitra, and she finds out where Revan went, and that's where the book picks up, is Mitra going to look for Revan and finding him. I think she ends up getting murdered by the Emperor, and Revan is imprisoned for like 100 years or some shit. And then it picks up 100 years after that, or something. I'm exaggerating. It's not that long, but it's something like that. I read it a long time ago. It's a good story. It's a good book. Maybe she gets murdered at the end. Fuck, I can't remember. Something happens. Spoiler if she gets murdered at the end. If she gets murdered at the beginning, then it's not a spoiler. It doesn't count. All right, let's... I want to say let's talk about Destiny, but I haven't talked about anything I have done. And I don't know if you've talked about anything either. Do you play anything other than Destiny? Hells?
Yes, he does.
Yeah?
I mean, Wrecked could even answer the question for myself. Yes, I play a lot of stuff other than Destiny.
Anything
I've kind
recently
of
that's
been
really...
Forza and definitely Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Both very good.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Mortal Kombat right up to 11, but for some reason I didn't hop on this one right away like I normally do. I'm sure I'll get it eventually, but play around.
The story's pretty interesting. I mean, it's good. It's interesting though. It's follows up. I mean, the whole new universe thing is really weird.
I like the I get it, I guess, but like, I mean, for 25 years, we've been building a Mortal Kombat universe, and then it's just like at the end of 11, they just wipe it clean. And then you're like, what?
Yeah, well, I mean, all companies are trying to do the Fortnite thing now, where it's, a bunch of different characters, so they have to twist it in somehow.
Are all the people you expect to be good bad now, and all the bad people you expect to be bad, are they good now?
No, Raiden's still really good. Baraka's still really good. Kenshi, harder than I thought, but is still really good. Reptile took a kick in the ass.
I mean, like in the storyline, are the good guys?
Storyline
bad
wise,
guys and bad guys, good guys. They switch it all around.
I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't played it, but
so that's a yes.
Like the main villains are the main villains. You can kind of tell.
A couple of characters that have traditionally been bad guys aren't bad guys exactly anymore, or they're kind of in the middle now.
Yeah.
But all of the big bad guys,
Still the big bad
they're
guys.
still mostly big bad guys.
Bro, they should have swapped that up. That would have been fun. You got a whole new universe.
I mean,
go nuts.
Shang
Tsung should be like the main character that saves the Earth. That would be awesome.
You gotta play the game, man.
Okay.
Because
yeah, you gotta play the game because I'm not down to spoil anything just yet.
It's fine. It's all good.
We aren't 2-3 months after the game releases.
Katana and Sonya Blade should be the main enemies in the game, in my opinion. Just saying. They want to destroy the Earth and take over the Outworld. That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
Queens of the Netherrealm.
Jax has no legs.
Nope. That'd be weird.
I'd mess it all up.
Robotic legs instead.
Robotic dinosaur legs.
Yep. Right back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's funny. All right, cool. Well, for a lot of people, how's Forza, by the way? Good.
It's good. It's definitely I like it. It's motorsport, so it's not Horizon. It's not open.
Yeah, it's
anymore. It's more competitive racing. So
yeah, like
I was in the
Gran
middle
Turismo.
of playing some, and then I was kind of kicked in the ass by Vix, and was like, "Hey, go do this." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, okay. That was nice of him. Do you play Gran Turismo?
I did, and then I stopped because my PlayStation doesn't work anymore.
Oh, I was just going to ask if 7 is comparable to Forza, or which one you'd say better. But if you were you playing the new one when your PlayStation died? No. Okay.
No,
No, it was before that.
I played the older Gran Turismos.
All right. I haven't played either one of them, but I used to love, the simulation style racing stuff. But I don't like buying things on my Xbox, and I canceled Game Pass a while ago because, ironically, the best deal in gaming is not really that great.
True enough.
It's technically worth it when you get, a game like Halo drops, but I mean, recently, I kept
Redfall just got a massive patch,
and it still sucks.
I hear it. It's still bad, but not as bad.
I had my Game Pass subscription right up until 5 days after Redfall dropped, and I'm like, look, I had my Game Pass subscription for as long as the Series S has been out, so 3 years, right? Came out in 2020, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so I played an hour of Halo Infinite. I played probably 20 hours of Forza Horizon. I played 2 hours of Redfall. And I only did that as an experiment to see how bad it was so I could talk about it on the podcast. And boy, was it bad. And then I got rid of it then. I probably played a couple other games, not much time, a couple hours into certain things, little things here and there. But then, after Redfall burned me, and there wasn't very many games coming out that were really worth it, and then I felt cemented in my choice after Starfield release. I'm like, Xbox just can't put out a good game, dog, because
Nope.
Well,
don't even
they
get me
just
started on
finalized
Starfield again. It's so
they just
bad.
finalized the Activision Blizzard
Yeah, I saw that.
merger today.
So
So
our-
it's a lot of IP they just got.
R.I.P. Call of Duty. Because if Microsoft gets their grubby little fingers on things, they've been
Wait a minute.
they've been ruining a lot of things lately. What?
Wait a minute.
What?
RIP Call of Duty because of this?
Yeah,
Dog.
because Microsoft
Homie.
Microsoft is going to own them now, and
Homie.
they're going to start releasing Microsoft quality Call of Duty games. Which
listen.
I might as
In
well
mo-
go back and play
in-
Call of Duty too.
In the current war zone, you can boot up the game
Uh-huh.
and you can go in there, and if you don't want to be a default skin, you can be Tim the Tatman or a cat or Homelander or Nicki Minaj or Spawn or Inarius or Lilith. I'm playing fucking high-res Fortnite. It's Call of Duty died long ago. It's dead and buried. It's a Fortnite microtransaction machine with a shittier battle pass. That's all it is now.
Okay, what does skins have to do with gunplay, though?
The gunplay doesn't matter. There are actual super abilities in the game. You little Homelander, you go fucking shoot eye lasers at people.
Yeah, in
that
Warzone,
are
can you do
completely
that in
fucking
regular
broken.
multiplayer?
I don't know. I haven't played it in regular multiplayer.
You're focused too much on the free-to-play version and not the incredible campaigns and the amazing multiplayer that Call of Duty is typically known for. Don't focus so much on DMZ and Warzone, man. That's a completely different thing. It may be bundled in the same package, but it's not the same thing.
We'll see what is in the new game.
Anyway.
Did you hear there were console cheaters in the beta already? Like hard cheats? Jailbroken consoles with actual software cheats loaded?
Yeah. It's fine. That's every game. Whatever. You can't beat them nowadays, so you might as well join them. You know what I mean? Just kidding.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. When you face Agreener in trials, and he's got like 100 kills with a sniper with a 99% headshot accuracy, you report his us.
Yeah, go ahead. Because that's never going to happen. I can't figure out how to use cheats even if I tried. Anyway, you've compared Call of Duty to Fortnite, and what is the only thing that I've ever said positive about Fortnite in my entire life is that their cosmetics are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you literally said Call of Duty is bad because it's got the best part of Fortnite in it. So,
yes,
I don't know
absolutely.
what to tell you. I wish Destiny had cosmetics like Fortnite.
When I load up a military shooter, I want to be immersed in a military shooter.
Stop playing Warzone and go play multiplayer.
Not running around a corner, and I just got killed by a fucking cat, and Nicki Minaj is now teabagging my face. What the fuck, dude?
Man, what a dream that would be. I'd like to be teabagged by Nicki Minaj.
I don't think she has tea bags.
You just sit on my face. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I meant. Don't take it seriously. Anyway, all right, cool. So Star Wars, Call of Duty. All right, so most of you know I was on vacation for 2 weeks. I took my son to Disney. We had a great time. I didn't do anything Destiny related. Wasn't reading the Twid. Barely in Discord at all. So way behind on Destiny. Way behind on this season. I've tried to catch up a little bit this week. Been reading the Twid, playing a little bit of the storyline, getting through that. I did see that badass cutscene though. Well, I'm confused actually. I saw the cutscene, but while I was away, there was an uproar on Twitter that, oh my god, what a crappy way to end a season. Why is it all in the lore pages? And I'm like, so I didn't watch any of that stuff, but when I saw it this week, I'm like, that was badass. What's people talking about? What did I miss?
The story ended abruptly, and you didn't get to see anything that was going on with Xivu the entire time. Like, they talked about what was going on with Xivu, but you didn't actually get to see what was going on with Xivu in cutscene. Like, when she gets cut off from her throne world, why don't we see that? Why isn't, are we ever, you know, it seemed like it was kind of important, because when the serious things have happened with enemies in the past, like, for instance, when you defeated Oryx in the story, there's a cutscene about what happens with Oryx, right? That leads up into the raid, that continues things, so it makes it complete. This just felt disjointed. But then you find out, oh, by the way, there's a whole bunch of extra story content that gives you the context for everything that's happening in the lore pages, if you happen to go look at them. If you happen to have earned all the lore pages from doing all the things you needed to do. So that's what most people are upset about, that Bungie did not give us enough of what was going on with the major characters. And the whole point the whole reason we were doing all of this shit to begin with, and then shoved a bunch of context for the story inside the lore pages.
I mean, I don't know. I was okay with watching fucking.
You don't care about Destiny's story anyway, so
What was
you know,
It was still awesome.
cool cutscene. You're like, hey, look, Savathun gets
Fucking her
hit
throat
in the
slit.
hit in
was
the
awesome.
face with a sunset sword.
Nah, bro.
Fun.
She had her throat cut. It was epic. By Eris. Sucked all her energy out of her or whatever she's been doing.
Yeah,
Becoming
and
the most-
then promptly became the strongest hive to exist.
Yeah,
For,
that's
like,
what she said,
A
but
minute. Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. If you're going to be the strongest hive to ever exist, she should have at least grown to Savathun's size or Xivu Arath's size. I know that's not
Oryx.
required to be strong, but it would have been cool. It would have been cool. Look at the
Yeah.
size of Oryx, for fuck's sakes. It's clearly
Listen.
that they link power to size. So, like, she should have got real big. It would have been cool.
If there's one thing I know about video games, especially RPG-esque video games, the bosses, the most powerful bosses, are just bigger versions of the regular enemies you fight. So she definitely should have grown when she became a boss.
Okay, so, next question. You said Xivu Arath got cut off from our throne world. Can you give me the lore implications as to why that's a big deal?
She can actually die now.
Okay, so,
So,
like, their throne
Ascendant
world
Hive,
is a ghost?
Ascendant Hive can't die. If you kill them, they just wind up back in their throne world, and eventually they come back out of their throne world. They reconstitute in their throne world and come back.
Okay.
That's not that they're a ghost. It's that as long as they have a throne world, if they
Yeah,
get
I get it.
banished
I'm
from
just
this realm, they're there. But now she's mortal.
Okay. So why did Mara have a throne world?
What's up?
Didn't Mara have a throne world back in Forsaken?
She has the Ascendant realm.
So it's a different...
It's not the same
Type
thing as
thing?
the throne world.
Okay.
No.
Alright. Good enough. I'm just trying to learn. Because I don't care enough to watch videos and read things.
Oh, don't worry. I haven't even played the last 2 weeks of story, so.
Oh, well, we just ruined it all for you.
No, that's fine. I've seen all the cutscenes and I've read all the spoilers. So.
Alright, cool. Perfect. Spoiler alert, chat.
Oh, that's how I'm planning on playing the final shape still.
Oh yeah, I suppose I'm not. I'm gonna try to get
I
it
haven't
all.
bought it yet.
No.
I'm gonna try to get it all live.
I still haven't even purchased the final shape.
Oh.
Neither
It's
have
still
I.
not on my plans to buy it. I'm just
my-
gonna get the rest of my story through YouTube.
No, you're buying it. I need you. Yep.
Just buy it for him. Easy fix.
You're essential. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I did the draw. I was gonna announce the draw winners at the beginning of the stream, so if we got any new viewers, they'd be like, "Oh, what? They give stuff away?" And keep listening. But now it's too late, so I'll just do it at the end.
Rip.
God damn it! Oh wait, I can edit videos. I
You
forgot.
can.
All right. I did want to mention we kind of went right into Destiny because I started talking about Destiny, but I started playing Cyberpunk again because of the new expansion and the 2.0 update. And oh my god, that
Yep.
game is good.
Yeah, that's
Sure
how they
is.
should have released it in the first place.
Yep.
I never really had too much trouble with it when it released originally. I played it on PS5. PS5 was a fine version. It totally worked. It wasn't too buggy. But yeah, the 2.0 update is nice. The police are really actual police now, which is cool. That was one thing on the initial release that was just terrible. It was so bad. And they revamped the skill system, which is fine. Like the other one was fine. This one is easier to understand for idiots, I guess, as it rises upwards, as opposed to kind of just all over the place. But as I was sitting there playing it and immersed myself into Night City and the whole world that they built there with all the lore and everything that's going on, and you see people living their lives, things going on constantly, whether it be crime or just regular people. And I was just thinking to myself when I was playing the game, and I was sitting there and I go, how are people saying Starfield is good when it's compared to a game like Cyberpunk?
I don't know why you would compare
People are
They're
always
different.
comparing that type of stuff because
They're
they're
different
first,
experiences.
but they are. But listen, they're not at the same time. A first-person immersive, story told RPG. You know, they're the same kind of concept. You could easily compare Fallout, Cyberpunk, Outer Worlds, Skyrim, their style of gameplay, even though one's in the future and has guns, and one's in outer space, and one's in a different universe, like a post-apocalyptic 50s, but they all share similar traits when it comes to storytelling and gameplay. And that's why people compare them. Because they share similar traits. And then obviously Starfield would be looped into this because it's a similar kind of storytelling system and progression system. Just, again, it takes
Storytelling is a Bethesda RPG that is the same kind of systems and pacing and self-driven kind of story content that is in every Bethesda RPG. From Fallout to every Elder Scrolls to now their Starfield franchise. I don't know. It's a better comparison to compare them to those games than it is to another game like Cyberpunk because they're not even trying to do the same thing.
Well, either way, my point is Cyberpunk literally does everything better than Starfield. In every way imaginable. That's all I wanted to point out. Everything is better. You're more invested in all the characters. The characters are more interesting. They all have backstories. They'll have lives outside of what's going on when you're with them. I love all that stuff. It's great.
I don't think there's any denying that in a vacuum, if you're just comparing these two games, that Cyberpunk is better.
In every way.
That too.
People that are into Bethesda-style RPGs are going to like Starfield because it's fucking Skyrim in space.
But it's not.
That's it.
You know what Skyrim in space is? Outer Worlds. And it's a much better experience.
Outer Worlds is like Skyrim and Borderlands having a secret little secret fuck and having a baby that is kind of funny and kind of edgy, but also mostly stupid and boring.
Outer Worlds was great. What are you talking
I
about?
I didn't really like Outer Worlds. It didn't hit for me.
You're banned.
Banned. Oh,
all right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, well.
No, I liked Outer Worlds. I thought it was really good. And I like Obsidian. Fallout New Vegas was incredible.
It was all right. It was very campy, but I didn't feel like it took its humor far enough, is all.
Anyway, I had just seen the comparison quite a few times on the internet. These
People are so
Xbox
obsessed with fucking
fanboys.
Game of the year, game of the decade, game of the whatever. Just fucking, if you enjoy a game, fucking enjoy a game. If you didn't enjoy another game, great. Why fight about it? Because I don't get it. If you want to compare it to other games in the series, it's fine. Like if you want to compare Mirage to other Assassin's Creed games, great. Mirage on its own, kind of a boring linear.
I haven't played Mirage, but listen, I'm not going to either. And this is I loved where they were taking the series, the Assassin's Creed series.
Mm-hmm.
Valhalla was a bit too much of a grind fest, but just tone that down a little. They took
Mirage is a 180. It's back to Assassin's Creed.
It's back to Brotherhood. Yep. Well, I assume. I guess that's Assassin's Creed 2. But anyway, that style of concept. And I'm like, no, I played Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelations, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Assassin's Creed, whatever the one after that, Unity. I played all those games. I don't need more of them. There's a bunch of the ones that on PSP. They're all the same style games on handhelds. There's a China one. There's a prequel to 3. A bunch of them, all the same old school style. It was good. We had tons of them, and then they came out with Black Flag, which was a good mix of the two. You know, a little bit more open world, a bit more free. Didn't have the RPG elements yet, but it wasn't linear, and it was, but it was still the same combat style of all the originals. And then they just, and then they. I remember that they did 4, and then they were like, "Nah, let's do Syndicate and Unity again," and just like completely shit the bed. And they're like Origins, and I never actually played Origin. But when Odyssey came out, I was like, Greece, love Greece, ancient Greece, everything's beautiful. Ships again, just like Black Flag. Let's do it. I'm in. And oh my god, I loved Odyssey. I love everything about that game. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the setting. So good, so good. And then Valhalla came out, and I was a bit disappointed with Valhalla, but the systems that they utilize and the stuff I still was a big fan of. It just wasn't as good a game as Odyssey, and for a completionist, there was way too much of a grind. Like I'm talking, takes a 30-hour game and turns it into a 130-hour game. Too fucking much, and all you're doing is going around the map collecting little yellow dots, and it's like. So remove that. The game's still very good. No boat combat though. I hate that shit. Come on, give me my boat combat. I love it. Sorry, I loved it in Black Flag. I loved it in 3, and I loved it in Odyssey. And then they just keep bringing it in and taking it out again. Anyway, so when I heard about Mirage and I heard the internet go, "Yes, we're going back to the original style stealth murder fest," and I'm like, boring, not interested. So I'm not gonna play it until it becomes free. Well, until it's free on PlayStation Plus.
How about that TWID?
Nah, fuck Destiny. Just end it. We should probably talk about a couple things in the TWID that were really noteworthy. First thing, well, yeah. All right, let's get into the TWID. All right, here we go. Hello, TWID. Let's go. This week, we're talking about Festival of the Lost. Updated PvP nonsense that no one cares about. I'm just kidding. Lots of people do. The Any Sparrow, as always on time. That's a big one. And commemorating the crafting. Anyway, there's a couple things I really noticed. We can talk about a little bit more that's going on here with Festival of Lost in a minute. But the first thing I want to mention is actually a reason to grind. Let's go. There's a new Memento. Isn't that crazy?
The Festival of the Lost. Yeah.
Love it. What an idea. Imagine having new mementos for every what are these events called?
Events.
Just events? Okay.
Just events.
Imagine having mementos for every event. Oh my god, what a brilliant concept.
People are already pissed about them too.
Pissed? What are you pissed about?
Sure are.
Because they assume the drop rates are going to be shitty. Because these are just random drops that come out of the Ingrams, right?
All and memento drops are shitty. Get over it.
You know the stack size is going to be 1, so you're not going to be able to carry more than 1 forward from the event to put on things later. So people are kind of a little salty about that. And they're also, what most people are salty about is you're going to give us an all black memento, but you're still not going to give us an all black shader.
People have so many issues with life. Listen, as soon as I saw this, I was like, awesome. New memento, something to grind for. Yeah, sure. You're going to be able to hold one at a time. Go craft a gun. Put it on it. Do another one. Craft a gun. Do another one. Craft a gun.
I'm not going to grind for the memento, but I'm going to get the memento because the weapons are actually going to be pretty good with the sandbox changes that are coming. So.
Cool. And then if you want one for use at a later time, you can probably... It doesn't say you can't hold on to one, right?
They're most likely to be like every other memento where they have a stack size of 1 in your inventory.
Yeah. So you can get the hold on one, put it on your favorite gun later in your life, and then when you run out, you have to wait till next year. Like that's not like everything doesn't need to be available to you at all the time. Oh my god, I hate that stuff. I hate people complaining about that. I think adding a memento to every event is a brilliant idea. I don't know if that's what their plans are, but it would be awesome. I'd love to have a Dawning one. I'd love to have a Guardians Games one, and I'd love to have whatever the 4th event is. I can't remember right now. What is the 4th event? It's earlier in the year, right? Oh no, Solstice.
Solstice.
Shit. Guardian Games is the early one. It's in April.
Yeah.
Got it.
That'll just make everything glow. Most likely.
I don't particularly care what it does. If it does something different, I'm good. And it's something like there's
No,
never been
it's-
anything to grind for in any of these
It's gonna
events.
be red, yellow, and blue, like the Guardian Games color.
Yeah,
It's gonna turn your
yeah,
character
for
into
sure.
a box of crayons every time.
Your character, it's only your gun.
Your gun.
Titan.
Your gun's gonna be a box of crayons.
Anyway, we'll talk about more of this exotic stuff that they wrote in here in a minute. But
Let's start with something. Let's start with something more important. Can you bring the tweet up? Can you bring it up on the screen,
sure.
please?
Second. Like for the stream too.
Yeah, so the stream can see it. And then just scroll right to the very top.
All right, here you go, chat. We're doing something.
Right to the very top. There you go.
Oh.
There is your Festival of the Lost Armor. And I just want to say to you Warlocks, who are clearly the outlier here, I hope you're fucking happy with yourselves for the way you fucking voted, you fucking losers. Your spider armor would have been badass, but no, you had to vote for this dumbass beetle shit, and you're gonna look like morons. Thank you.
I mean, he's right. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you, stupid ass warlocks. Voting for beetle shit. I hope you enjoy your unicorn horn.
I was just thinking that.
Take it and shove it up your asses. No. I don't remember what I voted for warlock, or if I even did, or if I just voted for the hunter.
I don't think I voted at all.
I definitely did. All right, so we might as well, while the screen's up, we might as well check out. We're getting the crafting emblem, just as we all anticipated. An emblem to commemorate the nonsense that took place between September 15th and September. Wait, hold on, September 21st. It was way longer than that, wasn't it? I feel like
it was only
forever.
it was only overly popularized for a little less than a week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So if you play between the 15th and the 21st, you will be getting this emblem next season. I tweeted about this, and I said the laser tag emblem was better, but I'll take it. And that's about it. It's pretty.
The laser tag emblem was indeed better.
Yeah. This is neat. I like how they threw the guns in there and they kind of they commemorated it, right? You know, like they had the shotgun here with the auto rifle back end frame, like little things here, hand cannon handle on a submachine gun. Like, it's a cool concept. I like it. I like how they put the big one up here because this was the main gun for a long time, like the shotgun Ommet. So like they ran them together, and I like that concept. But this is boring. This question mark, I guess, and that's what shows up.
Yeah, I
Real
don't know what they
strong.
should have made that
Oh, near do I, but
instead of the question mark.
a blue question mark.
It should have been like 12 fucking Amit solar auto rifle blast coming across the thing because that's what everybody was using, man.
That actually would have been good. Just you know,
I think I
you
would
just,
have enjoyed 12 holes.
you kind of just see the barrel kind of angled at the back end, but then it's just there's 4 red lasers coming out, or 12 red lasers shooting past the camera, where the camera would be. Yeah, I think that would have been a good one. Or
been sick.
it's like Hell said, just 12 bullet holes. We would have got the concept. Might have been boring though.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. It's all good. So we're gonna get that season 23, and then the sparrow thing. Before we get into nitty gritty about exotics, so I can take this off here.
Yeah.
So every sparrow is going to get the speed. Yeah, here it is. Beginning season 23, we're making a need for speed universal across all sparrows. After all, you can't fight crime if you ain't cute. And that absolutely applies to our handy dandy modes of transportation too. So I have one problem with this.
Yep.
This does not include the extra health that Always on Time has.
Nor
Nope.
does it include the trait that Always on Time has that makes you draw less aggro from enemies.
Well, from what I've heard, that doesn't actually work like that. They just said that and gave it more health, so it feels like you last longer.
Yeah, there's still no reason to not use Always on Time.
That was
All
my
the time.
point.
And, I mean, and the always on time has what, 6 charges of energy instead of the normal 3 that all sparrows have,
Oh, I don't
or
even
something
know.
like that. So, I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why they didn't just bring out like ornaments for sparrows instead.
We've been saying that on this
Um,
podcast for like forever.
Oh, I
Transmog
could just
sparrows.
imagine. But yeah, I mean, like I get where they're going with this, but they should have just made ornaments for the sparrows instead. I think that
They're
that would
gonna-
have been a better idea.
They're going to say something like too difficult to do, but every sparrow is the same. Like the model itself, like the skeleton of the sparrow in the game that you can't actually see, we know from the Scooty Puff and the other tiny sparrows that the actual
They're all the
object
same.
of the sparrow is exactly the same. All of them are exactly the same. It's just the image that you see. So I don't know why they didn't just let us transmog it. And I don't know. I'm glad they're making the other sparrows at least more
Faster.
useful in terms of being able to keep up. But this feels like kind of a half fix.
I think they're going to see numbers, and the numbers are going to say 80% of people are using Always on Time right now. 20% of the people aren't. And then once they implement this, it's going to slight drop. 73% of people using Always on Time and 27% of people using something else. And they're going to go, what? And everyone's going to be like, we fucking told you, dog. Like, it's not just about the speed. It's the other stuff, too. Just give us transmog for sparrows. Why is that so difficult? Why? You have it done on everything else in the game. We have transmog on armor. Ornaments on guns is basically the same as transmog. It's no different. Why can't you just do that to the fucking sparrows?
Yeah. No, I do feel like with them bringing out like sure, they all share the same speed or whatever, but I feel like the uniqueness of Always on Time is kind of like there's no reason for it to be in the box anymore. Like there's no reason that people should pay 240 spoils for it. If they're allowing all sparrows, I mean, don't get me wrong, it being a 190 is a bug. However, I mean, it gave it some uniqueness and gave people a reason to get it. Now there's none other than the energy and the extra health. So, but
Yeah, maybe they should drop the rate or how much it costs. For sure.
I mean, 100 spoils, maybe 75, but
Not 200 some. Yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense because, yes, it still has advantages, but it's not nearly as powerful in terms of the other sparrows as it as it once was. Wah, wah.
No.
All right. Let's move on from this, though. TLDR, just give us transmog for sparrows. It's easy. I know, I don't code. Whatever. All right, so there is a bunch of nonsense about the hocus focusing. Love the name, by the way. Hocus focusing. It's a bunch of exotic stuff. So
So it's exotics, and more importantly, it's weighted to give you exotics you don't have. So it's just like Vex Strike Force in that case. It's really aimed at players who are new and haven't had a chance to collect all that stuff. They now have another way to grind the game to get that stuff without having to run lost sectors over and over and over again. So I think this is pretty cool, even though it doesn't really apply to a lot of us have played the game for a long time.
Exactly. But yeah, so say if you're running 3 characters too, like not a lot of people that are running 3 characters don't necessarily focus also on the exotics for like their secondary and third. It's really good for them to get in there and try to grab some of that stuff. And then if you've already got it all and you don't really care, I mean, you can just, hocus focus your FOTL weapons, or you can grab a specific one for even a little bit more candy. So you can target farm the Festival of the Lost Weapons, or you can target farm, well, not fully target, but kind of target exotics that you don't necessarily have. So it's really like they're really ramping up reasons to actually play during Festival of the Lost. Now, we're probably going to have that boring ass shit that they have every year, but at least there's potential to get some rewards that I might actually want, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's haunted lost sectors as always. It's fine. Pro tip: get a little fire team together because you can do this shit more efficiently doing it that way, faster, and get more reward out of it. But the weapons are gonna be pretty good. Jurassic Green has some good rolls. The horror story is going to benefit from the buffs coming to lower fire rate auto rifles.
Yep.
So it's going to be worth your time, I think.
Well, sure hope so.
And all black mementos.
Yeah, that is also included. I mean, with all the eerie engrams costing candy, there's going to be a lot of farming involved. So I think everybody has to get their farming boots on because there's going to be a lot to get done.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of farming that needs to be done for you to utilize that stuff. But at least it's there this year.
Yeah,
because
I'm glad they're starting to. They're kind of looking at focusing stuff a little more. I think they're probably using this as a test for upcoming seasons. Now that legendary shards are disappearing, maybe
I think this
exists
exists because of the glut of guardians out there that are restricted on guardian rank because they don't have enough exotics, and this is a way for them to get past that. You know what I mean?
I completely forgot that you have to, in some ranks, you have to have a certain amount of exotics unlocked.
Boring.
So rank 10 or rank 9, where you have to have, 50 or 70?
I don't know. I've got them all, so I didn't even actually ever see them.
My shit's always just unlocked immediately, yeah, so I don't know what the number is.
Mine too.
All right, so I mean that's good. Festival of the Lost really got some interesting stuff going on there. I can't believe I never pulled this out when we were talking about Star Wars, but it's sitting on my desk this whole time. Should have really pulled him out when we were talking about The Last Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a collection of lightsabers in my corner.
Nice. I bought them when I was at Galaxy's Edge on vacation. I bought 2 lightsabers and a Darth Vader helmet too, but I had them shipped here, so they're not here yet.
Lightsabers did you get?
I got Luke's from Return of the Jedi and Darth Vader's.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, I have a lot.
Like them, eh?
Obi-Wan's, yeah. I've got episode 4. I've got Obi-Wan's original lightsaber. I've got Luke's. The Temple Guard. What else do I have? Mace Windu's. And I think that's it from Galaxy's Edge. And then I've got a bunch of NeoPixel lightsabers that I decided to buy after I went through my Star Wars phase.
Oh, damn. You really are. No, I bought 2 that I wanted. When I was a kid, I loved Return of the Jedi. So I was like, I gotta grab Luke's. And then just iconically, I had to have Darth Vader's lightsaber. It's like...
Yeah, well, duh.
You gotta have one. Anyway, so I'm gonna put him up on the wall some more. Anyway, I was walking around, and then he had the Darth Vader helmet. And I was like, oh, this would be great for, like, Catastrophe, Super Drunk, Darth Vader karaoke. So we're gonna try that out.
Great.
Agreener.
Someone's gonna get you to write something on it with like a metallic Sharpie or something.
Oh,
like that.
I
You're
ain't
gonna
writing
regret
anything
it.
on it. No.
This is gonna be finally your moment where you get drunk enough and you actually puke. It's gonna be why you're wearing the fucking helmet.
I'm gonna
And you're
puke
gonna be-
inside the
you're-
helmet.
You're gonna puke inside the helmet while you're wearing it.
Nice.
That'll suck.
Anyway,
We'll all be here to watch.
I chuckled to myself when I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, I think that would be good content. If it works that way. It might not even work that way. Like, if you get loud, it might just, like, ignore you. I'm not even sure. Anyway, I like my porg, and he makes lots of cute noises when you pet his head. He sits on my desk, and I pet him every couple hours. He makes me laugh.
Just to make noise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. All right, let's talk about this PvP stuff real quick. So, adaptive hand cannons. Okay, hold on. Checkmate. We heard you, checkmate. Some other nonsense. Please bear with us.
They're still messing with checkmate in
Exactly.
the labs mode.
So, and then they wrote in here a couple things. Adaptive hand cannons will now 3-tap at any resilience. Rapid fire pulse rifles, 3 burst at 6. High impact pulse rifles, 2 burst at 4. With all critical hits. And then I saw somebody tweeting about this, and it's like, man, I hate to be a new player at Destiny trying to figure out all this resilience nonsense. And I was just like, just have more than 6 resilience, and you don't have to figure anything out.
Yep.
Yeah, but new players aren't going to know that there's a resilience check. All right, new players aren't going to know that in like one mode of PvP, like regular PvP, you really want to have 7 resilience, but in other modes you could do with less or maybe need more depending on what's going on.
I mean, when I drop into a brand new game of Tarkov, I don't know how to fucking do anything or go anywhere. Like, you can't expect people to not... You can't expect Bungie to cater to people...
The problem is that none of that is
brand new.
really well explained anywhere. The tooltip for resilience doesn't really explain what's going on, right? We don't have any of the numbers about what everything does, so it's not always easy to ascertain exactly what's going on, even for people that play in the game for a long time. You know, the only reason we know how many hit points you have as a Guardian is because people went out there and did damage tests that weren't Bungie, right? Content creators did damage tests at different resiliences so they could puzzle it out. And even today, when we look at somebody that's got 10 resilience, we suspect it's like 203 HP. But because of Bungie's weird rounding, where sometimes they round out to like 4 decimal places and sometimes they round out farther, we still don't actually know what those numbers totally mean, right? It's just best guess. So
I think people
that's what
care
we're
too
talking
much.
about, with people not knowing. Well, I mean, people, especially in PvP, take the numbers seriously, right? Because everybody's looking for a competitive edge and what's the most optimal way to set up their characters. Regardless of whether or not the game's competitive, when you play PvP, you still want to know so you can play to win, right?
Just get good.
So
You have no idea how often Wrecked comes into chat asking to test something on somebody.
oh yeah, I'm
awesome.
always
He's always testing.
pulling poor innocent Apex members into a private match quickly so I can damage test on them to figure out how things work.
Yep.
All right.
Man.
Well, if you're new to Destiny and you're going to go into Checkmate, make sure you have at least 6 resilience. There, problem solved. Now everybody in the world knows. Anyway, if you're a gamer and you're playing Destiny and you go to the tooltip and it says resilience reduces the amount of incoming damage, you go, oh, okay. I'm going to put some resilience on when I go into PvP. It's not that confusing. Just saying. I don't know.
That's not what resilience does in PvP, but okay.
Oh my god, it gives you more HP. It doesn't matter. It's just like the fucking tooltip on the Sparrow. It doesn't actually reduce aggro. It just has more health. No one cares. It has the same effect.
Calm down, Greener.
No, you calm down. Stop taking things so serious. It's a video game. Chill out. All you comp nerds. Not you. All the other people. All the people that are doing formulas in their little Excel graphs, and they've got their sheets, you know, and they're wearing their glasses and their fucking nerd clothes. And they're
It
just
doesn't
like,
matter. Everybody in Destiny PvP cheats anyway, right?
Exactly. Everyone. They also send pipe bombs to people's houses.
Let me give a quick shout out to my man Falkies. Wink.
When they lose. Anyway. That's going to happen in real life. And then somebody's going to be like, hey, they said that on this podcast. And the FBI is going to show up at your house because they don't have jurisdiction in Canada. So they can't come here. So
What's the Canadian version of the FBI?
FBI, the RCMP.
Okay.
It's the guys on the horses.
You're going to have a couple of like red suited guys on some horses show up at your house.
They hop off their horse and open a scroll.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be very nice as well because, as you know, all Canadians are super nice.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Eat a lot of
Sure are.
poutine
Is that right,
with
Agreener?
maple syrup. Mm-hmm.
Cops
I
are
haven't
just
had a
as
good
big
poutine
assholes here or there in the
while.
States.
Very true.
Anyway. All right. Cool. What else we got? I don't care about
Matchmaking
matching.
changes.
Okay. What do they do? I didn't read it.
They're reducing the number of skill bands that go into matchmaking. Basically, they're opening up the skill-based matchmaking. They're loosening it up more, so the pools will be bigger. There's been more of an acute problem with matchmaking taking longer the higher your MMR is, basically, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse because when the player population starts to dip, then matchmaking for higher skilled players starts taking forever. Is basically what it is. So they're opening up the skill bands a little bit.
I'll say it again. I'll say it before, and I'll say it 100 times. When you're that good, you should have to wait. Sorry. Every other game in history, you know, Counter-Strike, if you're global offensive, sometimes you got to wait 20 minutes for a match. Valorant, it's the same thing. If you're really high Radiant and it's early in the morning. You know, League of Legends, if you're Challenger, top 1,000, sometimes you got to wait for like 45 minutes for a game. That's why you make alt accounts, dog. It's that simple. All right?
Making alt accounts on those other games is a lot different than making an alt account in Destiny with all the gear grind that exists in Destiny.
Then you should be able to transfer guns through accounts. All right,
Like,
problem solved.
In
Oh,
CS2, for instance, if you make a new account,
Mm-hmm.
an op's still an op, right? An AK's still an AK.
Yeah, but it doesn't have
right?
skins on it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
so, I mean, so what if
Ugh.
there's not skins on it? The guns are still functionally the same, right?
Nah, skins make your gun stronger. Didn't you know that? The better the skin, the better you are. It's like a gamer chair.
Yeah, did you know if you carry around a $1.5 million knife, you're guaranteed to be like global elite in CS?
No, listen. I saw XQC pull that super expensive knife on his very first case, and then I saw a video of him trying to jump through a window, not being able to jump through a window, but also flashbanging his own team. And then when the teammate was like, "They flashbanged me," he just shut up and looked at the camera. All right.
I
That's not
saw
how
that too.
works.
And it goes even further than that. If you watch that clip.
Oh, well, he tried to jump through the window and got shot, and then he got pissed. I'm like, you fucking suck at this game. Don't get pissed.
There's so
Go play
much,
something else.
There's so much that happens. So they're on cash on that map. The guy's in box in the mid. And he goes to throw a flash. He goes to throw, or was it a molly or a flash first?
He went to go throw the molly, and the molly bounced off the bottom of the window, and it hit his
landed over
teammate.
by this guy. And the guy's
And
like,
then
"Oh my
he's
god,
like,
they
"Okay, I'll
mauled me."
flash." Or yeah,
Yeah, and then he
and
threw
then
at
he's
something
like-
else, right? A
Yeah,
flash.
flashbang.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
same
And then
thing
he's
happened.
like, "Okay, you want me to molly?" He's like, "Yeah." And then he throws the flash, and the flash bounces off and flashes his teammate, and he goes up to the door, and as he's getting shot, he shoots his own teammate and gets shot from the back. And he just sits
the
there.
And then he
fact that
got, and then he got mad.
entire time.
He mollied his team. Not on that clip, because he mollied his team. He flashed. and then he team killed, and then died, and he just looked at the camera, and because he knew what he did, that was. You know, I don't watch XQC. I don't particularly like much about him. He's too much for me. But fuck, I've seen that clip so many times on TikTok, and I laugh. I sit and I watch the whole thing every time, and I laugh. It's so funny.
Yeah.
At least when you watch like the Dr. D, I don't know if I can mention him because of fucking Twitter TOS, but Twitch TOS.
Sure, we're allowed to talk about people.
At least in his, when he was doing the same thing, him and his teammate were doing the same thing, they were laughing about it the entire time because they realized they were being idiots. But because they did it like 4 times in a row.
I love that clip. It's so funny.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that better skins don't make you a better player, clearly. Clearly.
Well, I mean, obviously that was a joke, so it's all good. All right.
No, I think he's just bad.
No. When I said skins make you better. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So, there's something I want to mention, or I saw on Twitter about PvP. They're unbanning people that got accidentally banned recently.
That's not specifically PvP related.
Okay. Either way.
The unbans are related to some false detections about having to do with like software injection hacks, things that change the game state, and it's not necessarily specifically PvP related. Because believe it or not, some assholes use those same cheats to do PvE stuff for whatever reason in this game. But yeah, there's been an unban wave happening where people have been getting themselves unbanned and getting 5,000 silver out of it.
For whatever reason, bro, I would cheat in PvE in a heartbeat if I knew I wouldn't get caught.
Why?
Because
why
I like everything being easy. I don't like having to do stuff. I'd love to have a 900 RPM fucking Whisper of the Worm. With infinite ammo.
Talking about someone who really enjoyed the crafted.
Oh, I had so much fun with that shit. So fun. There was people that we lost in Shrouded because of that. Catastrophe.
Really?
Yep. Somebody
People
talked.
left the
Somebody.
clan?
Well, they didn't really leave the clan. They were demoted from a position, and then decided to leave, and then their friends left with them, and and decided to say some nasty things on the way out.
Is that because I changed my tone?
Well, not you. I don't know anything about that. No, it was because it was in Catastrophe.
Okay.
And somebody posted their solo flawless dungeon. Or solo dungeon. I don't know if it was flawless. And they never even really said much about, oh, look what I did. But the comment that came from the officer afterwards was kind of just like, blah, 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 nonsense, cheating, shouldn't be using this stuff, don't brag about your achievements, yada, yada, yada. And then his friends kind of jumped on the bandwagon. And then once the admin saw it, instead of... I thought it was a little harsh. I probably would have been like, hey, man, that's not cool. Even if that's what you believe, don't belittle somebody in the clan. But no, he just straight up's like, nah, we don't accept that. You're out. So demoted him and kicked him out of the clan. And I was like, woof. All right. But I try to step back a little bit on clan stuff. I told him my opinion on that, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I was like, okay. And then... yeah, and then some people just said some nasty shit about, power trips and yada yada. Every time somebody does anything, they're on a power trip, no matter what.
I saw the commentary about I don't want to be part of a clan that's just like what did they say? Well, the whole point of the clan was just to put money in somebody's pocket or some shit. Because you're making fat bank off the SGC.
Oh, was somebody say that too? Fuck
yeah.
Me. Why do people keep somebody else insulted me today, said I did something. And I couldn't figure it out based on that gibberish that he was spitting over to you. But like, what Did I kick him out and call him a dumbass? Is that what that meant?
I don't know.
How'd he get back? I don't
I don't know.
understand. It was so much nonsense.
Greener. That guy is delusional. He's clearly making shit up. All right.
Is he
Things are happening in his brain that aren't actually happening in reality.
I literally went and searched dumbass throughout like the Discord history to see if I had called somebody a dumbass, and like it wasn't there. It wasn't there, and I'm like, what is he talking about? Anyway, it's I mean, I hate that. I wish I made lots of money off Shrouded. Even if I kept every dollar I made from Shrouded, like I didn't give any of it back, I didn't give anything away, I'd still only like, some months it's under $1,000. Like it's not a lot. Like $1,000 is a lot of money, but it's not like a lot. It's not like I'm making bank. I'm not buying a house with that. Like we've had some pretty crazy months. I'm not gonna lie. Would have done well, but in no way, shape, and form have I ever has Shrouded ever made enough in one given month that I'd be like, oh, if I took all of this, I might actually be able to make a living. Never, not once.
Yeah, I mean,
never.
There's also been some months where you've given away like
more,
a bunch of different copies of like the next expansion. Like I've seen some streams where there are 3 or 4 of them that get given away. So.
Oh, there's big ones. I've definitely over delivered sometimes too. I'm kind of trying to under delivering with the final shape so I don't go over and above, and then maybe we can do some extras closer to the expansion. But I've definitely done it before where I had to like dip into my credit card and then pull that money when we get money again the following month because I went a little overzealous. I actually did that once in August. When Final Shape was announced, I gave away a bunch right away, and I was like, "Oh wait, I don't have money for all this." Anyway, no big deal.
All right, so spawn locations.
Yeah, what's going on there? I didn't read that either.
They're just changing the spawns so that less people are getting spawn trapped or spawning on top of enemies.
Didn't they say this the other day?
They've been doing it focused on specific maps where the issues have been noticed most. Right, it's not a general thing. They have to tune this by map is basically what's happening. So
okay, easy.
Time did they make that change though? Because it happens so often. Especially like yesterday when we were playing Iron Banner, the amount of times I killed the same person in the spawn more than twice was a little sad. When you get a map like Dead Cliffs, that's gonna happen where you can spawn trap, the run. If you see that they're spawning someplace else, the map is so fast to traverse, especially with things like Strand, that you can get there before they respawn and be ready to murk them, right? Yep. So.
Rough. That sucks.
All right. And then the next season is that, hey, there's more Checkmate. That's the main thing. I think Checkmate is on the path to become just like the regular Crucible experience at some point. I really feel that's probably... Is
Checkmate the one that's like focused on guns?
Yeah, it reduces how quickly abilities regen. And juices the damage of primaries, and restricts special to you getting kills. Like you got to get kills in order to get special ammo. So the only thing I don't like about it is that it feels bad when there's not an opportunity for you to get a super in a match, no matter what. And in a Checkmate match, if you don't get enough kills, the super regen is slow enough that you're never going to get one. Some people will say too bad, get good, but like one of the defining things of Destiny are supers. And so I feel like everybody should get at least one, even if they're the worst PvP player. Like they're a 0.01 in the match. They should still get a super at some point. All right.
I would actually be totally okay if they just remove supers from Checkmate completely.
Nah,
I loved the fact when they announced it originally, they said it was going to be like a gun focused, not abilities kind of concept. I was like, yeah, let's go, baby. Let's
No,
rock
that part
and
is
roll.
good. But it does take something away from the Destiny experience. Like, we're all here to play Space Magic game, ultimately, right? I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Would Destiny be
I'd
as
rather
fun
play-
as it is if we didn't have Space Magic in it?
I'd rather play Space Magic PvE and like Counter-Strike PvP. So give me more
That's
checkmate,
why I've been going to other games.
less abilities.
What defines Destiny then as a shooter at that point if you take all of the Space Magic out of the game?
Well, it's
Right,
all in
there's-
PvE. I just
There's
wanted
a million
what I
other
just said.
yeah, but there's a million other PvP games you could play then that would then do it better. Like, this doesn't change any of the balance issues there are with various guns and various exotic bits and bobs. Like,
Anyway, I just said one mode in Crucible. You know, one gun mode where gun is a focus. You want
Well-
to play your Space Magic PvP? There's every other mode available to you.
yeah, well, I think checkmate modifier is gonna end up becoming the default quick play mode. I think that's gonna ultimately happen. It's for sure gonna become the default mode in either trials or comp. You can bet your ass that that's gonna happen. But I would not be surprised if some version of checkmate makes its way to quick play.
Okay. Cool. All right, we done with this? Twid?
Yeah.
Is there anything else in here?
We've got known issues if there is any.
Known issues. Yeah, some weapons purchased from Banshee 44 can have a different masterwork than displayed. The Osmosis perk is not activated or successfully activating on all weapons. Sucks anyway. Ascension Major Arcana cards buff is not applying Scorch to enemies.
This next one is hilarious.
Suppression or jolt effects can sometimes apply to allies and so. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you can suppress your friends in Savathun Spire.
Oh my
By accident.
god. By accident,
and
right.
You can hit them with a jolt weapon and they'll get jolted, but they won't take damage from it. So they can then run into a group of enemies and you can continue to shoot them and jolts will come off of them and kill the enemies.
That's pretty funny. All right, I like that. All right, unearned exotic ornaments can sometimes show as available. That make me sad. Hive swords are occasionally consume a player's enlightenment, but fail to be picked up in Crota's reprise.
Yep.
Oh, across yonder.
And then in the raid. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the Phonic Vest Hunter Chest armor is currently unable to be transmogged. Oh my goodness.
That's Trials of Osiris chest piece for hunters.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, that's it. Boom, easy peasy. All right. All right. Well, I wanted to quickly.
I like this art you're about to look at. Oh, you didn't look at it.
You want me to look at the art?
I mean, I like this first piece. I really like this
Hold on,
kind of
shot.
pop art, minimalistic style. I really dig the vibe this has. It's clean. I don't know. Something about it speaks to me.
Yeah, it's good. It's really nice. I like this. Who's this chilling in here? Is that Eris?
I would assume
Yep.
so. Oh, it's either Eris or Old Savathun, one of the two.
All right, looks really cool. And then this one looks like Eris is going to eat us. That's not great. But it looks good. Yeah, the art is nice. The art this week is nice. Oh, actually, I watched this. Did I? I did watch this. Watch this. It's funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
I don't know if you
Hey
can
man,
hear it.
look at my
Can you
new
hear it?
dog.
That's super cool, man. What's his name?
His name is
I think I skipped
well,
that
it seems
part.
fine to me.
I don't remember
Think
this.
anyone will notice?
Nah, I don't think they will.
Here we go.
Okay. I must have skipped that.
You should be ashamed with yourself for exploiting such a sacred process just for kicks.
Shut up, Derek.
Shut up, Derek. Shut up, karaoke.
She's only got a trace rifle, guys. You can put away the illegal. How dare you ruin the integrity of the Crucible like this?
Don't worry, homies. I got this handled.
What the fuck? That's pretty good video. I'm glad they chose it because it's pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
All right, cosplayer.
Yeah, let's check this out real quick. Okay, so before we end, the Bungie put out a community focus on Little Blonde Goth. She does this really neat thing where she does cosplay, but then it looks like she touches it up with digital art. We kind of talked about it, but I never read that. You're 100%. Did you read this? Like, she does that for sure?
I thought I read it on Twitter about it when this first got dropped. I didn't see any mention of it in the actual story, but I could have sworn I heard some mention of that or read something about this on Twitter when this first dropped.
Okay, well, Little Blonde Goth, sorry if it's all just photography and cosplay, but the photos look incredible. They're really, really nice, and I just wanted to, kind of mention it, shout it out, show it off. This looks really good. It's really nice. Looks great. The crown is why originally I thought I looked at it and I go, wait, is this all cosplay? And that's when Rex mentioned that he thought, I guess he thought he read it somewhere else that it was cosplay plus digital. But anyway, either way, it looks fucking cool. And then there was another one down here that looked really good. This has got to be, I mean, it doesn't have to be. I guess somebody could hang that, like on a string in front of the camera. I just assumed it was added. And she's a really good cosplayer. Look, all this stuff looks really good. That looks, I wonder how much of that is legit. If that's all legit, that's sick. What about this gun? Somebody make a gun? Let's go. It's probably fake. I don't know.
It's giving me PTSD.
PTSD? All right, hold on. She's got an
Yeah,
Instagram
the
here.
no time hurts.
Oh, wait, hold on. I should probably make sure that this doesn't get spicy.
There's nothing. It's fine. You're safe.
Yeah, I don't know. It all looks really good. There was only a couple of the things there, but overall, she's got a ton of stuff here. This hunter looks really sick. More pictures of the Savathun stuff. Oh wow, that looks cool. She's got a little less clothes on though, so we'll just skip on. That all looks good. There's no way she digital all this. It's got, what the fuck? Okay, never mind. That looks digital. It's crazy. Either way. Hold on. Let's see what she wrote here. After 2.5 months, I can finally show you finished Savathun's costume. For a few reasons, I want to do something different. Interpretation, a literal build. I've tried to bring aesthetic warlock elements, appearance, Savathun's campaign, sister shapes. Feeling build is the biggest function of create. Craft clay existing. I don't know, it doesn't say anything about it. This might be all legit, just with like digital touch-ups in Photoshop, but either way, it's really fucking cool. Either way, it's all really good. It's all really well done. Oh, look, all the pieces that she creates with the clay and the leather. She puts it all down. Now it's a straight-up gun. Yeah, it wasn't added. Fuck, she makes all this stuff? That's crazy. Oh, it's a different game, but... Mass Effect. I'm in love. Alright. Let's show some dogs. Oh, wait, I wasn't showing that the whole time. To the stream. Sorry, stream.
Nice. Good. There's 2 animal
Hold on.
pictures. Thank you very much.
Just really quick. Look, her Instagram. Look at all the shit that I was just looking at. That's what I was amazed about. Everything is really good. Bang, bang, bang. There. All Anyway, a little blonde goth on Instagram. Check her out. It's really good. Oh wow, she's only 1,500 followers, and she's got incredible content. Well, hopefully this shout out helps her. Yeah. Hippie left us some dog photos. Look, 2 puppies, cute. Love puppies. And then 2 kitty cats. Wasn't that nice, a hippie? She always does the best twabs because of cats.
Damn, that cat is... wait, no. Never mind. I'm not going to continue that.
Yeah, you're not in Apex chat, no. Oh, yeah. Wrecked.
What were you going to say? Good lord.
I said, damn, that cat is thick!
Oh, okay.
Because of the ammo, the angle from the photo.
It is a pretty thick cat. For real.
It's probably not. It's probably just the angle, but, you know.
You could say what Gamer Girl said in chat.
That's a fat pussy.
Yeah. I would have said that's a thick pussy, but I mean, whatever. She's old. Oh, man. I'm a
You gotta talk about her
person.
toes some while you're at it?
Her big toe's way too big, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Let's wrap it up. We got some shout outs or some shit, right?
I guess, yeah. At the end, we usually do a shout out. If you want to shout someone out, shout something out.
I got a
if you have a
couple of
Twitch channel.
things.
Okay, well, go ahead.
All right. First off, we've got a couple of events going on. We've actually got 3 different events going on in the SGC right now. All right. We did just Hoppy got this pop-up thing for Divinity going. He was looking at the metrics about how many people in SGC clans, like actual clan members, do not have Divinity. And he was shocked by the number of people that we have in the SGC that don't have Divinity. So he put a challenge out there for people to help get others their Divinity. So if you help 5 people get their div, do the Garden of Salvation raid, do the puzzles, they walk out with a div, and follow a couple of steps that are listed in the announcements, taking some screenshots and post them in a forum, you will get your own unique server role called Divine Collector. It's going to change your name to fancy lavender color, give you a cool little icon next to your name for the next 12 months or so. And then for the Sherpas, there's a little bit of a contest. If you're a staff Sherpa, we are going to be giving the, what's the role name? Divine Sherpa role, which is a golden yellow color. So you will appear to be one of the yellow people on the server, if only for a year, with your own, again, little symbol. Maybe we can move around the role to actually make those Sherpas a different color rather than their staff role. But anyway, those roles are going to go to Agreener shaking his head, but maybe I'll do it anyway. Who knows? He won't know until he sees it. Anyway, I'm not going to break anything, I promise. Though, whichever lead Sherpa has the most, and the top 3 regular Sherpas that have the most will get that role. So there's that. So go out there and make some raids and get some people their Divinity. All right. Then we have Festival of the Shrouded going on right now. We've got 2 contests inside Festival of the Shrouded. The first one is a transmog / short story contest. So you'll make a spooky transmog for one of your characters, and then in 500 words or less, you'll craft a urban legend or ghost story about that character in that armor, and you will post it in the story contest channel. I don't care at all if you fire up Chat GTP to write this for you. Just, you know, do a couple iterations, have it iterate a couple of times with some modification of your prompt so that something comes out that's good, and then post that. I don't want anybody to be gatekept because I don't feel like they can write very well. So go ahead and do that. You can put in as many entries as you want, as many transmogs and stories as you want to submit, you can put out there. And then we'll be picking a community winner and a staff winner, a staff chosen winner for that contest. Both of them will receive a Festival of the Shrouded branded desk pad and some loyalty points. And then we're trying to do an IRL costume contest. All right. Be 18 years old or older. Your costumes have to be Destiny or SGC themed. So if you want to do your rendition of Agreener in a Sailor Moon outfit, you want to slap if you want to slap a fake beard on yourself and put on a Sailor Moon and be Agreener as Sailor Moon, you're absolutely welcome to do it. Just make sure they're safe for work. I don't want to see slutty Agreener, please.
If you have any of the slutty stuff, you can just DM it to me afterwards.
That content is for the OnlyFans or the OF. Anyway,
actually, we can put it on there.
Anyway, there's a Festival of the Shrouded costume contest channel where you can put those pictures, and we will also be doing a community vote and a staff vote to pick the winners. And the winners of those two roles will be receiving a standard edition version of the final shape, as well as some loyalty points. So go out there and earn yourself some prizes. We got lots of things for you to be doing in the SGC right now that are Destiny related. Just go out there and do it. That's all I got.
Cool. Anything you want to talk about? You got Twitch channel, YouTube, anything?
Me?
Yeah, you. No, none of that stuff. You don't do anything.
No. Just know that you know, Apex is up there, and you know, we're always looking for people.
Hells, you
you're
are
ever
allowed to
interested-
say that Apex is the best Shrouded clan. It's fine.
Oh,
Nobody else is
really?
here who can stop you.
Oh,
If
really?
you want to be a toxic shitbag about how good
Absolutely.
Apex is, go ahead and do it.
Listen, man, there's a reason we have like 13 people in our chat right now, and it's because we're the best. What can I say? We hit what 100,000 messages in chat the other day. So
All right, listen. If you're gonna flex, you need to do it right. All right. You can start off with all of the Discord users of the week last week were all Apex. All of them. All 6 were
Listen.
Apex. There you go.
Listen, I wasn't there for that, so I wouldn't know.
God damn it, Hells. All right.
That just means they
Looking at
spam
this
too much. That's all.
How do they span VC?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? They just sit in there and leave.
No, everybody is in there and active all the time.
Bullshit. I hop in there all the time. There's 6 people in there. I say
No, you
hello and no
really-
one's there. And no one's there.
That is a lie.
I do
That
it all the
is
time when
so
I'm at
lie.
work.
That is
Greener,
cope.
we've had you in our VC what twice this month?
Oh,
Like this past 2 months.
yeah. What am I talking about, Grant? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, I visit all the time. You guys just aren't there. You're AFK voicing.
No,
No.
that's not happening. The only people that do that are the people in your own clan.
Only
Ouch.
one person
Fallacy.
in my clan. One person in my
Fallacy.
clan did that one time, and guess what? There was people in other clans doing it too. Stop signaling out. How dare you? Never been in his bullshit. Well, calm down, Vex. I'm right. It happens. I'm not saying you do it all the time, but it definitely happens. I do it to other clans too. I hop in to see if there's actually anybody there, and there's nobody ever there.
Well, a bunch of us will sit in there while we're working during the day, and sometimes we'll be
Yeah.
in meetings, and so we'll mute
See,
ourselves and go to our meeting and come back.
unlike-
But
That's all.
the
I'm
majority
saying,
of the time, we're all there.
Yeah, see, unlike other clans, we're actually active in our chats. So
though. Okay.
if you ever want to,
Let's take it back a
come by and
notch
say
here.
hi.
Other clans are active too. You're not
Listen,
the only
Greener.
one.
If other clans want to be able to talk shit and fight this kind of thing, they should have their staff on here being guest hosts so they can talk about themselves.
That's my job, okay? I'm totally cool with you guys saying you're the best and whatever, but when you say you're the best because no one else is active, then I need to put a little wall up, right? It's like,
fair.
no, you guys are really good, you're super active, but other clans are also active. I just got to fight you a little bit on that one. Now, there are clans in the community that aren't active at all. But actually, those numbers are dwindling because we've decided to actually put a little work into it as leaders recently. And we've had some clans that have been struggling for a long time really starting to show up.
Indeed.
Indeed. Now I just need to figure out how to get Django to actually do anything.
Good luck.
Yeah. I should just take Squeakers off of the recruitment post and just let it slowly die. He won't even notice. Literally, he probably wouldn't even notice. It would just, one day he'd be like, you know what? We recorded 0 Destiny 2 Player of the Week points this week. I think something's wrong.
And then he'll come at you about it. Or
No,
he won't.
he won't, actually.
No, he won't. Mm-mm.
He'd be like, yeah, I think Squeakers is dead. And I'd be like, yeah, I agree. All right, goodbye. I love Squeakers. I love Django, but the only reason he's still in his position is because he's been around since like the beginning, and he's just kind of like, he just chills. He accepts people, but no one in that clan does anything other than LFG every, I don't know, twice a month or some shit. But it's been full forever. And that's why it doesn't bother me, because I'm not actually putting new people in there
Yeah.
to go and die. You know, it's all the old people that are fine with it and they're chilling, chillaxing. And I know none of them are watching this
Just wording
stream.
up the
so-
last of their time.
That's why I'm able to talk about them. Anyways, 10 o'clock's been 2 hours. We should leave.
You want to talk about Extra Life?
Oh, yeah. A couple things I guess I should mention. Patreon. Because we're doing the bonus. Yeah, you get a cool SGC Spooktober premium style hoodie if you sign up this month for the Shrouded tier, which is a $75 tier. Now, I know hoodies aren't worth $75, but Patreon is so we can make money. So you get it.
We can give away stuff.
Yeah, so we can give away other stuff. Anyway, yeah, it's a Halloweeny hoodie. You get other stuff as well, just not monetary. Either way, I've just had other people be like $75 for a hoodie, and I'm like, dude, you're not getting the point. You're not getting the point, dog. Anyway, so if you want to go help support the community and get yourself a cool premium hoodie, a Spooktober hoodie, go ahead and do that. And I did put out an Extra Life challenge earlier today, but nobody donated, so except for me. I'm the only one that did the $13 donation on February 13th, or Friday the 13th. But if you want to, there's an announcement in our announcement channel. I got an email today from Extra Life. They're just doing their thing to raise more money, and they're like, hey, it's Friday the 13th. Go ask 13 people to donate $13. And I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get 100 people to donate $13. And I got 0. So if you want to go to our Extra Life, the link is in that announcement. Feel free to go do it. I will also put it in the description, but by the time you read it, it'll be Saturday. But still feel free to drop $13 in there if you want, or any amount. And Wrecked was so kind to remind people that if we get to 7,500, currently at around 41, we will both be getting SGC/Extra Life style tattoos sometime after game day. Or after the end of the year, I guess, actually. So, yeah, that'll be fun.
If we get to 75 before then, which I don't think we will, and I can set it up ahead of time, I'll just take my phone to me to go get it done as a block on the thing.
Yeah,
if it happens.
There's no way. There's no way we hit 75 before game day. It's like 3 weeks away. And nobody signed up for game day blocks yet.
Let me just pull
I
out
mean,
my-
the announcement just
my
came out,
savings.
yesterday?
Yeah, it should be full by now. What were you saying, Hels?
I said, let me just pull out of my savings.
Oh, yeah.
You're
No,
poor.
no,
You're
no.
poor.
Oh,
Hells, you're poor. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't put
no.
yourself out.
There's lots of people that
saving
can
for
do
school.
little amounts and little fun like that, and the game day stream is typically pretty popular with being able to pull money in. I don't know. We've been struggling more on Twitch this year than we were last year, though, so we'll see.
I shouldn't call you out like that. You are in the process of saving money, which you have said
I
on more
am.
than one occasion. I shouldn't say you're poor. You're in the process of saving money. Do not put yourself out to make me get a tattoo. That's all I'm saying.
Do it.
You're also
Anyway.
talking to a gambling addict, but listen.
Well, it's no gamble. If I get a tattoo, it's going to be dope.
if he
I mean,
gets a
yeah, fair enough.
tattoo, I will give you a 50% chance to win something cool. There. Now it's gambling. Go donate. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
Anyway, check it out. If you guys got $13, go donate. If not, it's cool. It's no worries. We'll be raising money until game day, and then obviously the 48-hour stream takes place on the 3rd, 4th, 5th. Last year I started Saturday morning, super early. This year I'm starting on Friday night, super late, 9 p.m. Friday night, and we'll be going to 9 p.m. on the 5th. The reason for that is because I don't think I can get the 6th off because it's really busy. So I'm going to need to sleep from 9 to when I have to get up for work the next day. So yeah, come by and kill me because I'll be drinking on that stream too. So it'll be fun.
Great.
Yeah, I'm going to die. It's going to be awesome. Catastrophe stream next Saturday, by the way, everybody. Come swing out to that. What else we got?
Yep. He might have the Darth Vader helmet on.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna have that for a couple weeks, to be honest. It's ground transportation from Florida, and then it has to go over the border and do customs.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while. I only paid like $30 for the shipping, so it's not like it's fucking
Next day.
next day.
Yeah, customs is gonna have to open up that box and wear that helmet a little bit before they repack it and send it to them. So
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, very good. That's it. Thank you so much for coming and watching episode 34. Yeah, of this week at Shrouded. Thank you all so much. Oh, I forgot the winners of the stuff. All right. If you didn't know, we gave away 3 final shapes this week because I've been away for 2 weeks and I have been doing the draws. So the winners of the final shape expansions are Mini Midas, Bezirk, and Iodine. So Mini Midas, Berserk, and Iodine. And we drew a giveaway for 6,000 silver, which wins. You're going to love this one, right? Devilito 666.
that son of a bitch.
Congratulations, Devil. Congratulations to the rest of you. Just reach out to me for your prize. I'm going to send you a link. You can fill it out, and then you get your prize anywhere between 8 to 9 years later. It's not bad. It's pretty
Greener
good.
time.
Greener time, exactly. All right. Thanks for watching the podcast, everybody. Thank you so much. I've been your host, Agreener. Let's get big thank you to Mister Wrecked Helsfire for sticking around and chatting with me this evening. I hope everyone has a great day.